Hello folks, welcome to a Walkie talkie. Oh my, I did not expect that tree to be down. Wow, that's insane. So you can almost imagine we're going to be talking in the tense of post-storm. But we're not just talking about post-storm situations like this. We're also talking about post-storm work scenarios. Now, what a surprise, Kelsey that I was one of near enough everybody that was told by an employer not to come in. Don't even try to come in, just don't come in. That's 2 trees down. Wow. They were strong as anything up, they weren't moving. That just goes to show how bad the storm really was. But anyway, yeah, so the situation B, everyone got told to stay at home. There's small amounts of workers out there like security, but the grandest majority of people who are working got told to stay home by their employer, and that was followed, and people did well for staying in. It kept the death count as low as humanly possible, and therefore many more of us are here to watch the living tale. But I was told by my employer, because of that day off due to extreme weather, I have to work it back or surrender an annual leave day. Now, in my workplace, when we got told that as a group, we were raging, because nobody could predict the weather, not a solitary person, and this is a situation that was not caused by humans. It was an act of God, and also the police for Scotland had told us quite explicitly, don't go to work, don't be out and about during the red storm alert weather. There was even an officer saying, if we see you out in storm weather, red level, we will take you home, right? Known as a life-saving intervention. But yeah, we had no other option but to stay home. The trains were off, the buses were off, the boat was off, the subway was off. Everything we could feasibly try and do, including taxis, were off. Right? Even the self-employed world of taxi driving was stating a fear or your life, as in having a fear or having your life, and everyone chose the right side. Having your life, staying in, putting the feet up, doing the paperwork for a taxi or whatever, instead of being out there risking your life. But yeah, I believe a lot of people will be having the same conversation with their employer tomorrow as Monday morning. Right? Level-headed employers would be very clear on this one. Stay at home, and for the going forward step, we will put you on some kind of emergency type scenario. Companies do have a dispensation. They have about half a dozen types of dispensation where they can, how do we call it? They would have at least half a dozen ways of dealing with it, but to take away a day's annual leave or ask people to come in to recoup the lost hours is a form of punishment minus the misendeavour. There are ways about it, and without going into too much, the union is having a chat about this conversation about, it's either, oh no, is it? Oh, it's not, alright. But ultimately, the union's wanting to get proper clarity on the matter. Are us workers going to have to surrender annual leave days, or come back for an extra shift to be back for that lost Friday? But it's absolutely atrocious, really. I know what you call workplaces are basically businesses, and if they lose a day due to a storm, how can they recoup it? Well, to be honest, if we're going to use the staff as a way of recouping the loss, then that's cheap and nasty. I mean, they did have a couple of days warning about this. They did know about this, and I'm talking about all employers really. And if you're in a conversation with your employer and they're saying, well, either work an extra day or lose an annual leave day, that's just a cheap, nasty path of least resistance way of dealing with it. They have other ways to deal with it, so let them come up with a better solution, because our pay and our entitlement shouldn't be affected by something that's not even caused by us as a society of workers, right? It shouldn't come to this, and this is why it should be fought like the way it's been fought at my place. We can't predict the weather, we can't predict the damage it causes, and therefore we have done nothing wrong. So lost annual leave should be returned, and the thought of getting people in to do an extra day to recoup their loss shouldn't happen. Just fight it wherever you can at your own workplaces. And if you're not part of a union but you can be part of a union, think about it. That's all I'll say, think about it. Anywho, I'm going to head off because it's cold, my hands are sore, and yeah, I'm a bit hungry again. Anywho, catch you all later.